Hello, and welcome to Some Old Guys Let's Play Demon Souls. This is a continuation of our mage build. This will be part 15. We are going to go after King Allant, the false king. I normally don't face this guy alone, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to play this offline because the area that we're going to is heavily invaded at this level. So, but we're going to give King Allant a try. Take out the blue dragon while we're there, and see if we can get through this boss. Again, this is a final arch boss, so the path to him is actually pretty short. I've done a couple of things offline. Real quick, I have picked up, or I have went and created the Marion blade, and I have also equipped the Clever Rat's Ring. For part of this, we are going to do what they call a hyper mage, which drastically increases the amount of magic damage that you do. So we'll get into that a little bit more later. The other thing that I've also gone and picked up is I've gone and picked up Magic Sword Makoto, which is a cursed sword that takes your health away. We need that to create the hyper mage. So, and like I said again, we will get into that a little bit later as we get to that point. So right now, I guess let's go see if we can't take on the false king. This is the next to the last boss fight. It's the last real boss fight, spoiler alert. To those of you who have not played in-game, there is one more boss after this, though, that you will have to fight, and we won't get into that just in case there are people watching that are new to the game and aren't familiar with the final boss. Alright, so as we come to the King's Tower, generally if you're playing online, as soon as you pass through that spot right there, you are going to begin getting invaded. People love to invade in this area. I think a lot of it has to do with the enemies that are directly ahead of us. So we'll show you what I'm talking about here in just a minute. And we will come up here, and first thing we got to deal with is we got 3 crossbow guys right here that their bolts normally can very easily take you out. Probably 2 shots from one of these guys, and you're done as a mage because you're nice and soft and squishy. So you'll notice we have 3 black phantoms ahead of us. One of them is running a penetrating sword, the other one's running a scraping spear, and then there is one running a white bow with a magic cleage. With a sharp cleage that causes real bad bleed. The easiest way to deal with these that I have found is to draw them out one at a time. Again, you'll want to make sure you've got warding up, because that white bow, she does quite a bit of damage with it. So I like to bring the penetrator guy out first, just because he will dodge, but He is one of the easiest guys to deal with. And if you draw him back here, kind of out of the way, luckily my warding held on that one. The next guy I try to bring out is the spear guy, scraping spear and tower shield. He's a little bit trickier, but with the soul ray, you can penetrate his shield and get through him. But you got to contend with Bow Girl first. Now the Bow Girl does a lot of dancing around. And she can be tricky to get to. If you get too close, she'll start using her College, which is actually pretty nasty as far as the damage it can do, and being soft and squishy. As we are, then it doesn't take her a whole lot to do a significant amount of damage to us. So we're going to go up here and get rid of some of this stuff, get it sent back to storage, clear out our inventory. There's stuff we don't need that has some significant weight to it. So we don't need those. Good there. That we don't need. All right. That we really don't need that. It's more of an item for fighters to use, or melee characters to use to repair weapons that are damaged. Okay. Now we've got everything picked up and cleared through here. The nice thing about that is those 3 black phantoms do not come back. So you don't have to worry about that. If you come back here to the left as you come in here, there is a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes hiding back here. Seems to me a lot of people miss that item when I'm playing online co-op. I notice a lot of people don't go back there, and they've just got their black phantom, so I know they haven't been through here before. So it's just a nice little item that hides back there in the corner. Now there is a crystal lizard up here. And I didn't get him. Well, it happens. He's not that crucial. But one thing that is crucial, because for this we will be doing a lot of backing people to where we want them for this next little part. I like to clear all this wood out, and then in this room ahead of us there are 2 Red-Eye Knights, a couple Crossbow Knights, and an Imperial Spy. You can draw the first Red-Eye out by attacking this wall, and he'll actually come see what the noise is, and he will come down here after you. And this is why we clear this area. His shield blocks a lot of magic. His buddy upstairs doesn't have a shield, so he's not quite as bad. But you've got to get that shield open really as a mage to be able to do some effective damage to him. Now this next part we have to deal with a spy or a ninja, depending on what you guys refer to him as. And he hides out over here. A lot of times he will drop down in front of you, and you do have to be careful. If you make too much racket down here, the red-eye knight will come down here after you. He will leave his post and come after you. So we're going to wait for our warding to wear off and refresh it. Because he does hit pretty hard. But if you get that first hit in, he's pretty susceptible to the magic. So, alright, the next part of this, right over here there is a shortcut, but we have to open it from the other side. Seems to me a lot of people aren't aware of this shortcut either. There's a lever outside of this door that we can open, and it allows us to bypass part of this. It's another heavy item that we don't really need to be carrying around. Alright, so we're going to go, because the shortcut's not open, we're going to go ahead and head out this door. And this is where we meet our blue dragon for the first time. For the second time, actually, because we met him earlier in Boletaria. Way back in the beginning. So we're going to let him do some of our work for us. We're going to let him kill this fat official. Now if we walk right down to this point here, where the boxes are, he'll start breathing fire. You just have to keep an eye on that fat official to make sure he doesn't cast anything. Okay, so now our fat official's dead. We can stand here and lock on. Once we get this dragon down to 50%, he will fly back up to the top, and this path will be open for us to use. Now we could have hyper-maged and shortened this quite a bit, but... Alright, there goes our dragon. And we got another fat official over here to deal with. And there should be a crystal lizard over here at the end of the bridge, which... Alright. Now, the dragon will stay up there on the castle until we actually kill him or we die. If we die and have to come back through, then the dragon will come back down here to the bottom. So, and because we've done Bior's up here taunting the dragon, and it keeps his flame in a spot where it's easier to attack him. So that's why we run Bior all the way through. Down here we have some more equipment that we'll need to send back to storage. And if we come over here on this side, we can open up our shortcut. Now these doors are open, and we can bypass all that and come straight up to the dragon if things don't work out well. Alright, so the easiest way I found to get by the fire is when he starts to breathe on this side, we just sprint up. And the dragon will continue to blow fire at Bior. One thing we need to do right now is we need to get our Makoto on. And the reason we do that is to take our health down. So, and we need this. We've been running his storyline all the way through. This is Ostrava.
Oh, it's you, is it? My father is up above. Huh. Not something like him anyway. A demon in his shape. I began this quest to ask my father his reasons. To drag him back to the path of righteousness. But it seems it was all in vain. Please, kill my father. In his depraved state, he can only bring peril to these lands. This key opens Volataria's mausoleum. Inside the mausoleum lies Father's sword, the demon brand, twin of Soul brand. Use it to bring an end to his madness.
So now we've got the mausoleum key. That will allow us to get over to get a sword that is designed to fight King Allant, but we can't run it, so there really is no point in having it. So I'm gonna change this real quick. Put that there, and there's the my Marion blade, and all right. So now, if you'll notice underneath the health bar, that third icon is our cat. That means we are in glass cannon mode or hyper mode. So now we can come down here and you'll see instead of doing 240 points of damage, we're doing 830. So, boom. Just like that, our dragon is dead. Now, playing like this is very risky because you're only at 30% health. And it's literally just about anything in this arena that that hits you will wipe you out with one hit.
Somehow. Leave the fire breather to me. May light shine upon my lord, the proletariat. The proletariat!
All right, so that's Vior. He should have one more line. There we go.
We managed, did we? That salamander was more trouble than expected. Now, you go on ahead. You know me. I need a nap. That spooping monstrosity was quite a drain on me.
But with the dragon gone, now we can pick all these items up that are down here. Bior's pretty much done. His storyline's done. So I'm going to make an attempt. I've never done this before, I'll tell you up front. I'm going to make an attempt at Allant as the glass cannon. So you hear that sound. That's the Black Phantom Ostrava, the guy who just died. That was a Stone of Ephemeral Eyes hiding over here, which, again, they're nice to have. Now we've got the Black Phantom Ostrava that we have to deal with. He is not that difficult. There's a couple different ways to approach him. His shield does block a lot of magic damage if he can get it up before you attack him. And we could have always firestormed him. It would have been relatively easy to do. We are gonna use the cliche firestorm in hyper mode against the king. So, and it's a tool that the game gives you, and again, it's one of those things that makes you makes the mage so powerful. However, in this state that we're in right now, it will take one hit from Allant to wipe us out. So go ahead and take this elevator up. Now this elevator only operates one way. Once you get up here and go into this room, the only way out is to go out through the archstone. You can't call the elevator back up and go back through. All right, we'll see how this goes, I guess. If we can get around behind him and get one good hit off, we should be able to take him down. It might take two. It's risky what we're getting ready to do, so. And again, this is a legitimate straight up build, no glitches, no cheats of any kind. I mean, you watch the entire series, you can see exactly how I built him and what I've done with him. Yeah, that's why it's so risky. Getting that second hit in is extremely difficult. But now with everything being, for the most part, being dead, we will give it another stab. We do this in soul form, that way we're not, don't cause the world to get any darker than it already is. Alright, like I said, the Black Phantoms are gone. We don't have to deal with them anymore. There is a lizard there. I'm not going to mess with him. Not going to mess with the other one either. And in soul form, you are actually more powerful. So, and right now, oh, don't want to do that. Not yet anyway. Put our crisp blade back on so we get some of our power, some of our magic attack back. Come on. And enemies are more aggressive when you have souls laying on the ground. At least in my opinion, that's what I found. Is they tend to be more aggressive towards you. So keep that in mind. They are going to come after you a little bit more. And the Red-Eye Knight came down after us. Instead of staying up there, which, like I said, if you make too much racket down here, breaking boxes and whatnot, he will do that. So now we don't really have to deal with the fat ministers or the fat officials. We can, if we want the souls, but we can just completely bypass them at this point. And the fire is down, and or the dragon is gone, and the Black Phantom for Ostrava is gone. So now it's pretty much just a run up to the king. And we'll go ahead and use one of these. And start taking our health down. Actually, we tried the Hyper Mage. I think I'm going to try this a little bit different. I'm going to just run this as a normal mage where I have at least a little bit more health for his attacks, and instead of trying to use Firestorm, I think I'm going to try to just steer clear of him and use the soul ray, and we'll see how that works out for us. And we have 100,000 souls laying on the floor up here. I'm going to try to get them back, but folks, it's demon souls. You're going to lose souls. It's not that crucial. So ouch. That actually worked out pretty well. That was normal without hypermaging. So and we got our souls back. Now, if we touch this, if we just pick up his soul, or if we don't pick up his soul right now, I've heard that you can archstone out of here, and it doesn't make it doesn't initiate the trek to the final boss. But I don't want to take the chance of losing his soul, so.
How did you defeat my demonic reflection? How many souls might you have devoured, I wonder? The rest is up to the Old One. If it is to be, then you shall be beckoned.
Okay, so if we use an archstone, we're going to give this a try, see what happens. Because when you beat him, it opens up, yeah, see, it's still, I think you have to do it before you take his soul. But now we're going to open up the Nexus. You can no longer level up at this point. You are at the level you're at. And you need to be real careful because the Nexus now has a giant hole in it. And if you fall in it without talking to the Maiden in Black, you die. So, that is the False King. Took 2 shots, but we got through him. We will come back on the next installment with the final boss and endgame. And as always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And as always, happy demon hunting.